This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
Last year, I went through many different life changes. I needed to take a pause and examine how I was feeling in the inside to better show up for the ones who need me to be my best version of myself.
When you're navigating life's changes, Talkspace can help. Talkspace is the #1 rated online therapy, bringing you professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatry providers that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Living a busy life, navigating a long-distance relationship, becoming a first-step father, Talkspace made all of those journeys possible. I could speak with my therapist in the office. I could speak with my therapist in the comfort of my home. I was never alone.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance, no problem. Now get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Looking for music that lifts your spirit and fills your heart? Experience the powerful sound of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. Now streaming on all your favorite music platforms. Find the Tabernacle Choir on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Let the music of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square inspire you today and every day. Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the go, enjoy the beauty of their world-renowned sound anytime. The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, streaming now.
Hey guys, the Vegas Golden Knights took a 1-game-to-none series lead on the Utah Mammoth on Sunday night in Vegas in a game where Utah led 1-0 and had a 2-1 lead for over 20 minutes. In fact, the Mammoth led for over 24 minutes in the contest before Vegas tied it with a power play goal in the third and took a lead just 1 minute and 48 seconds later before they added a late empty netter to beat the Mammoth by a count of 4-2 in a contest that Utah took a 2-1 lead to the third period. For the Mammoth, didn't get any better in the contest than Logan Cooley, who scored Utah's first ever playoff goal with 11 seconds left to go in the first period. It was a contest where Cooley finished with 5 shots and 4 hits in a very physical contest.
Fights his way through a check. Up top, Lawson Krause relays it over. Cooley a one-timer, and he scores! Logan Cooley has Utah's first Stanley Cup playoff goal.
Mammoth made it 2-1 just 1 minute and 24 seconds after Vegas tied it early in the second.
This is pushed around the wall. Stenlund towards the front. Rebound. It dribbles in, and they score! The Mammoth get a lucky bounce here in Vegas.
But as we said, the penalty led to the Vegas power play goal, top 10 in the NHL in special teams during the regular season. And then 1 minute and 48 seconds later, a giveaway. And before you knew it, Utah was trailing for the first time on the evening. Game 2 of the series coming up on Tuesday night in Vegas, 7:30. The puck will drop here on 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone with Hockey Night in Utah starting at 6:30. Huge game from Logan Cooley in his playoff debut. We heard from the 21-year-old after the game. Utah's best player without question, best player on the ice for either side through the first 40 minutes.
What did you, learn about yourself in this game, but also, the overall experience of your first playoff game in the NHL?
Yeah, I think, right from the start, I knew it was going to be physical. A super fast game, not a lot of room out there. And I think early on we did a good job of, playing our game, playing our style. Then maybe let off a little bit towards, the third, and it cost us. But, it's a long series, and we just got to regroup and clean up a few things.
It was very tight out there. How can you guys generate a little bit more against that Vegas defense?
Yeah, I think, for us, we're, like to use our speed and transition, and that's when we catch teams. And like I said, I think early on we did a good job of that, and maybe kind of got away from it a little bit. But, we'll see what we can do better and refocus, regroup, and be ready to go for game 2.
McDavid and Dursey back in the lineup tonight. What did they bring?
Yeah, it's, Banner is such a physical guy, brings a bunch of energy. He's a guy that, we kind of need in our lineup to, he helps get us going when, things aren't going our way. And Durs, too, really good at moving the puck, getting up in the play, creating offense. And I thought they were both really good tonight.
Did your goal help settle you into your first playoff game?
Yeah, it's always nice to get on the board early, but I think after the first shift, you get into it, maybe get a few bumps, and it's just another game.
By the end of the game, there was a lot of physicality, but you guys really stood up for yourselves. You're proud of what you guys kind of finished out that game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the playoffs. It's physical. They don't call as much as they would probably in the regular season. And like I said, I think we did a good job sticking up for each other and having each other's back. And that's always going to be the case.
Do emotions differ in the playoffs, and how do you feel like you guys managed it tonight?
Yeah, I thought pretty good. There's going to be guys that grab you and try to bring you into the fight, and you got to make sure you're sticking up for each other, getting each other's back. And I don't know. I mean, I think we did a good job of that, handling that the right way, and just got to make sure we're controlling our energy too.
That might have been the meanest I've ever seen you play a hockey game. Is that a side of you that the fans have yet to see? And are we going to see more of that going forward?
I don't know. I mean, it's the playoffs. You're playing for the cup. You're doing whatever you can to help your team win, and if that is physical or scoring, playing good defensively, whatever the team needs, and I think that's our mindset in this locker room too. It's all about the team focus and trying to win game 2.
Nate Schmidt, a playoff veteran, played in his 100th career Stanley Cup playoff game on Sunday night. He played 47 of those with Vegas in their first 3 seasons, and he picked up an assist on that Cooley goal that made it 1-0. Let's hear from Nate Schmidt after the contest on Sunday.
I mean, this is a long series. That's what we planned on it to be. There's a lot of lessons to be had tonight. Our effort was there. There was some momentum swings. That's the playoffs, and they scored a power play goal to get it even there early in the third, and I think it tilted the ice a little bit for them. And I liked our response throughout the last little part of the game. But there's things to build on for game 2, and I think some of our guys tonight, got a taste of what it's like, right? And all the emotional parts of it, and the exciting, that is playoff hockey. So, I'm excited for it to be a long series and for game 2.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
Last year, I went through many different life changes. I needed to take a pause and examine how I was feeling in the inside to better show up for the ones who need me to be my best version of myself.
When you're navigating life's changes, Talkspace can help. Talkspace is the #1 rated online therapy, bringing you professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatry providers that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Living a busy life, navigating a long-distance relationship, becoming a first-step father, Talkspace made all of those journeys possible. I could speak with my therapist in the office. I could speak with my therapist in the comfort of my home. I was never alone.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay, no insurance, no problem. Now get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car's gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
What can you say about a guy like Logan Cooley, who obviously has not played in a playoff game before, elevating the way he did tonight?
Yeah, I think he is a player that's ready to take that step on the center stage here in the playoffs and be like a guy that commands a lot of space out there, and he really makes a lot of plays for guys and creates space for people. I love his game. I love that his tenacity around the puck. He's not someone that's going to shy away from it, and that's what I love about him. That's what I think, as we go on here, he's going to get show more and more, and those are some young legs that are willing to do the dirty work, which is something that is really important this time of year. Guys are willing to stand over the puck and be willing to take the abuse, and I think he will.
You're right there with them, and it's just a couple little plays, right? Like it's a rebound on a power play, it's a deflection.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game. You're playing a good team, and it was a tight checking game, a lot of hits, a lot of emotions. There's a lot of parts of that game that we can dial back the tape and look at and try and build off of, and also give us confidence heading into game 2. It's like I said, it's gonna be a long series. I want it to be a long series. I want our guys that want that too. That's the type of atmosphere that you want to be part of.
We've talked a lot about the leadership that guys like yourself bring that have been deep in the playoffs lots of times before. Where did you find opportunities to step up tonight in that regard?
I think it's mainly in the room. There's so much emotion when the game's going on, and trying to just calm the bench down. Sometimes in a few areas of the game, teams are going to have pushes. We have a push. They have a push in the second period. I mean, it's just going to happen. If you go into the game knowing that you're going to make mistakes, there's going to be things that happen. There are going to be penalties called. You kind of let the game come to you a little bit more, and I think that was something that we talked about, or at least I tried, to reiterate to our guys. And I thought our guys were right in the game. They didn't let the moment get too big from today, especially guys for the first time.
McBain and Jersey back in the lineup tonight. What lift did they bring, and what did they do in that first game for you guys?
Yeah, Jack's such a force, and Jersey does a lot of the good things with the puck. I think both guys always add a little extra element to our game, whether it's with their mouths or whether it's with their bodies. So it's always nice getting guys back in after a little bit of a hiatus.
And that was playoff hockey for Utah. We knew it was going to come down to little details, key moments, the penalty, the turnover, overtaking the fact that Utah led for over 24 minutes in the game and Vegas led for just over 12. Head coach Andre Tourigny, though, still pretty happy with his group. We heard from Bear after the contest.
That was a great game, I think. We know Vegas is a really good team. It was a hard-fought game. It was physical, was intense. Every inches was contested, so proud of our prep. Like the way we came out, and I think the guys were pretty composed. They were in control. Like I said, it was a hard-fought game. We know we could, when we exploit our speed, that was a good factor for us. So we need to keep focusing on that.
The guys in the room said there was no reason to be down about themselves. Obviously, proud of the way they fought through that game. How do you use this as a springboard for Game 2?
Well, we got in that series focusing on being even keel and being in the moment, being here and now, thinking at just the next shift. And I think we did a great job during that game. Even when they took the lead or when they tied a game, it did not affect our spirit on the bench, did not affect the way the guys talk or their intensity or so on and so forth. Our play with the puck, we even raised our game from there. So obviously, like we said, Vegas is a good team and they had push, and that was a hard-fought battle. But I really like the way the guys stay in control, and you just want to get better. From now on, it's the race of improvement. I think we have stuff we can be better, and we'll make some adjustments, some stuff, but really proud of the way we perform.
What can you say about Logan Cooley's play today? Not just the goal, but the meanness, the toughness.
Oh, he was in the mission. He was really good. I think him and his line played a solid game. You guys know how competitive he is, and I think he just put it on display.
What did you learn about yourselves tonight, and then what did you in turn learn about your opponent?
Oh, that's a good question. What I learned about myself is I'm proud of the way where our guys were mentally. I think at this point, as a coach, what you need to do is make sure your team is in the right mindset, the right approach, they're in control, and they control their performance, which I'm proud of the way they played on that sense. I think we'll learn a lot through the series, no doubt about it. But I think as a first game, we'll have loved to win the game, no doubt about it. But I think we pushed back after they took the lead. We stayed in control. The guys were calm on the bench. We're even kill. We didn't act like we were a young team or a team was lack of experience. Is the reverse. I felt we were in control.
So again, on we go to Game 2. Game 3 of the series will be Friday at 7:30 at the Delta Center as Utah looks to come home with a split, and that's all they went to Vegas for. Come back with a split. Tuesday night, 7:30. We'll be on the air at 6:30, as we said, here on Hockey Night in Utah. And we'll have all the details about Game 1. Mike Fulton and I will give you our final thoughts. Matt McConnell will join us, and we'll take a quick trip around the NHL on Mammoth Daily, wherever you get your podcast. Mike and I with you Monday through Friday. New episodes dropping at 4:45 a.m., and we promise to give you at least 30 minutes on the Mammoth every day. Guys, back to you.
I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.